everyone, it's Olivia, and today I'm going to be talking about dealing with hearing loss. Before we get on with this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you enjoy this, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified whenever I post a video, and let's just get right on into this. So, a not well-known fact about me is that I am almost completely deaf in one ear. So there's this condition called microtia. Microtia is essentially the underdevelopment of an ear, and there's different levels of it. Some can be way underdeveloped and some can be mostly developed but still missing some parts. I have the least severe version of this, so my ear is almost fully formed. It does look different than my other ear, but I still have hearing loss in this ear because of it. So because of this, I thought it'd be fun to talk about the pros and cons of being half deaf. This only applies to my opinions of having hearing loss. Other people may hate the things that I like about it, and other people might love the things that I hate about it. My favorite thing about this is that because in one ear I pretty much can't hear, I can be talking to someone and, maybe I just don't want to listen to them anymore. I promise I don't do this a lot, but just sometimes you just want to shut people out, I can just quietly plug this ear, like just kind of, if I'm at a table, lean like this, plug this ear. They don't know. You may think it's rude that I do that, but come on. We've all wanted to turn off our audio at some point. So the biggest negative that I've seen is that earbuds. There's pros and cons to earbuds, but there's also mainly negatives. So the biggest negative is, what if you want to share an earbud with someone, you're both listening to the music, but they're the one having it and they hand you the earbud to the wrong ear. Then you have to awkwardly just say, hey, can I have the other one? And if they don't know that you're half deaf, they'll be like, why? And you'll be like, I can't hear. And then they'll be like, okay, and then they'll hand you the other one. But just that awkward exchange, I hate it. I hate it so much. There is a pro though, which I think is great. It saves you money, this pro. So if you want AirPods, but only one of your ear functions, you could go online and see if anyone is selling just a singular AirPod because they lost the other one, and you can get it way cheaper than if you buy a whole new set with both. You don't need both, so just get one with one. This next one is also my favorite pro of being deaf in one ear. So I love to sleep without any sound, as most people do. Well, if for some reason my house is loud or there's just a weird sound and I want to block it out, I'm laying on this side, my good ear is facing up, and I hear these noises. I'm like, oh my god. I just flip over to the other side, make sure that that ear is encompassed by my pillow so that it's drowned out. And there you go, you have a silent sleep. Now, there's dealing with talking with people, and sometimes, you can't understand people. Now, you can think of that as a bad thing, but also, it can be a fun game. Me and my boyfriend sometimes play this game where I drown this ear out in a pillow and he tries whispering and I try to see if I can decipher what he's saying, but most of the time I can't. But it's really fun because for me, I can hear just the slightest bit, so I just mishear everything that he says, and we laugh because I think he said one thing and it was completely something else. And I just think that's great that I can have fun games out of this. It's a party trick. Now here's a downside though of talking with people. For me, I don't have a hearing aid. I definitely could use one, but I've lived my whole life so far being pretty okay with just relying on this ear. But it takes much more effort to listen to people. So if someone is talking but you don't know that they're directly talking at you, you won't pick up on that right away. There's been many times where people will start talking to me and I just, because they're not loud enough, I don't understand that they're talking to me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's basically your ears automatically just choosing selective hearing, and if you don't know what to listen for, you won't hear it at all. And I hate this because I hate whenever I'm talking to someone and I just can't understand what they're saying and I just keep on asking what, and then they're like blah, and I'm like, what? And then I know that this is a thing for people with perfectly fine hearing, but you keep on asking what, and eventually you give up on asking what and you still don't know what they're saying, and you just go yeah. Like, my boyfriend picks up on whenever I do this. He doesn't even say anything to me about it, which I wish he did, but he says that a lot of times I won't hear what he's saying, and then I'll like just go, yeah, and then he'll just be like, okay. But I mean, what can I do? I forgot such an important con. Oh my goodness. 8D audios or audios that like flip between ears, it simply does not work. Like, obviously if I can't hear in this ear, I'm not getting that experience, and that sucks. And last but not least, another pro. Obviously everyone in my family knows that I have trouble hearing, so sometimes I'll pretend that I can't hear something if I don't want to hear it, but I do hear it. Like, if they just call down for me and they just want me to like come downstairs to do a chore, I'll just like be in my room pretending like I'm not hearing it. And most of the time they won't come upstairs to bother me because they're lazy, so I just get out of it. And I'm just like, sorry, I didn't hear you. And they can't blame me. I mean, I'm hard of hearing. It's not my fault. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave comments below on anything that you want to see from me, because I'm the least creative person in the world and I would love suggestions. Remember to stay safe, wear your mask, stay inside, and we will all get through this. Here's my cat.